Hi, I'm Brandy Gorsline, and today we're going to talk about what we should be eating and what we shouldn't be eating during a colon cleanse. So, I find it nearly impossible to create a menu or any type of plan that could meet all of the different needs with today's situation with food allergies and sensitivities and all of the other factors that come into play. So I'm going to give you some basic guidelines on what you should and shouldn't be eating instead of giving you some type of strict menu plan to guide you. So basically, we're going to follow just a few rules. Rule number one is no processed food. We are not going to be consuming cookies and cakes and pies and pizza and packaged, canned, processed, dead, so-called foods. Those things really don't have a place in our diet ever, but especially not during cleansing. Those foods are lacking enzymes, they're lacking vitamins and minerals, they're usually very low in fiber, very high in sugar and sodium chloride, which is table salt, which is the kind of salt that we don't want to be consuming. They often have high levels of pesticides and trans fats and lots of other toxic chemicals like MSG and neurotoxins that we do not want to be putting in our bodies. These are the kinds of things that we're trying to cleanse our bodies of, so we don't want to be putting them in, especially not during cleansing. The next thing I want to mention is meat. So I am not a vegetarian. I feel much better when I'm eating moderate amounts of meat. But during a cleanse, I do try to avoid eating red meats because they are so much harder to break down than chicken or turkey or fish. So they tend to take more energy, and that energy is being diverted from the cleansing process. And the red meats tend to stay in our digestive tract a little bit longer than the white meats, and it just kind of takes us out of that cleansing mode. So I do not believe that red meats are bad, especially when they come from healthy animals. But during the process of cleansing, I do avoid them. Chicken and turkey and maybe even some fish would be a good idea, especially if you are a person who is used to eating meat on a regular basis. Then one meal a day or maybe one meat meal every other day is going to help you keep your energy up and help you slow the detox process just a little bit to avoid any uncomfortable symptoms. So one thing that's really, really important while you're cleansing is to eat high fiber, high liquid foods. So that would be fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables that will rot if they were left in the fridge. We've all done that. We've all found something in a baggie in the back of the vegetable drawer that we can't even identify anymore. Well, canned vegetables are completely lifeless and dead. There are no enzymes left. There's no life left. So these foods tend to not rot. So all the foods that we're going to be shopping for and consuming during our cleanse are going to be living foods that we find in the perimeter of the supermarket. We're pretty much going to stay out of the middle aisles in the supermarket where everything is processed and dead. We're just going to shop around the outside of the store where the fruits, veggies, and living foods are. So a few foods that are extra cleansing and supportive during this time are apples. Apples are so versatile. We can eat them plain. We can dip them in nut butter. We can do all different kinds of things with apples, and they are a phenomenal superfood. But here's the caveat. Don't eat apples unless they are organic. The average apple tree is sprayed 8 times during the growing season. And the pesticides that are used on apples are some of the most toxic ones out there. So I would encourage you to eat 1 to 2 apples every single day during your cleanse, but they absolutely must be organic. They will cost a little bit more, but you are worth it. You're doing this cleanse to be able to rid your body of toxic buildup. So if we put it in faster than we're taking it out, then we aren't doing our job, okay? So avocados. Avocados are very, very high in fiber. They're a good fat. They're very versatile. There are so many different ways that you can eat an avocado. You can slice it up on a salad. You can turn it into guacamole. You can, my daughter loves to make avocado chocolate pudding. That's one of her favorites. She's 10 years old. She's been making it by herself for about 2 years. She makes it for her brothers and sisters. And we will definitely share that recipe during our cleanse. Avocados make smoothies incredibly creamy and rich and decadent. They have almost no flavor, so they add a beautiful creamy texture, and they take on the flavor of whatever fruit or other goodies that you have in your smoothie. We're going to focus on just lots of fresh vegetables, carrots and celery and broccoli and cauliflower and okra and beets. Beets are a superfood for the liver. And so I'm going to try to have beets every single day during this time of cleansing. I like them roasted and just eaten as a side dish. I will take raw beets and use a cheese grater and grate them on my salad. If you look up different beet recipes, there are so many. You can even juice them, and I'm sure you have other creative ideas. Pickled beets are wonderful. You can make your own homemade fermented beets, which is something I've been doing for years, and just 2 little chunks of beets will give you more good bacteria than an expensive probiotic supplement, and they're a phenomenal support. Many health food stores and even some Walmarts and Targets are now selling bottled beet kvass. So beet kvass is basically a fermented beet juice, and it's surprisingly refreshing. Now, you definitely don't want to drink a whole bottle. If you're new to fermented drinks like kombucha or kvass or kefir or anything like that, then you definitely want to start slow with maybe 3 or 4 decent sized gulps, and then save the rest for tomorrow. They have a powerful effect on the digestive system. Very cleansing, lots of good bacteria, amazing for you. So look for these things in your local grocery store, health food store, Walmart, and add in some beets and fermented drinks. I like to stay with a diet that is at least 80% plant-based while I'm doing any sort of cleansing. Plants, meaning fruits and vegetables, are very easily digested, and all of that extra fiber just increases the amount of scrubbing of the colon as it moves through the system. So I really try to focus on getting as many fruits and vegetables in my diet as I possibly can each day. Now, I try to listen to my body, and I will have meat periodically throughout my cleanse. If I start to feel that my body is detoxifying just a little bit too quickly, and maybe I'm getting a runny nose or feeling achy or not feeling like myself, sometimes, depending on what's going on in my life at that time, that's when I'll add chicken to a salad, or I will add some chicken to a veggie soup and kind of slow down that cleansing process. So keep that in mind. I don't think it's wise to eat meat 3 meals a day during a period of cleansing, because it slows down the digestive process quite a bit. And what we're trying to do is move everything through faster with lots of fiber to absorb the toxins and carry it out of the body. Salads. Salads are a phenomenal way of getting lots and lots of extra veggies into your meal. I like to make a very big salad with organic romaine lettuce or organic spring mix. I avoid iceberg because there's really not a lot of nutrients in there, but a really nice big organic salad with peppers and scallions and tomatoes and cucumbers, and I will shred carrots and beets on there. Add some pumpkin seeds for a little bit of extra zinc. There are so many different things that you can spruce up your salad with that add extra nutrients, nutrition to supporting this cleansing process. Soups are another way this time of year. In the spring, I like to do a lot more juicing and cooling foods, but right now at my house, it is literally below zero outside in the middle of the day. So I'm going to be doing a lot of veggie soups. Now, it's okay to add some rice sometimes to your soup to make it a little bit more hearty, but we want to be thinking outside the box and trying all different types of soups, even the ones that you've kind of turned your nose up before, because we want to get as many different vegetables into our body at this time as we possibly can. Now, I am not aware of any really good cookbooks that would give you everything you need for a liver and colon cleansing diet, but I love Pinterest. I will go on to Pinterest, and when I'm cleansing, I'm typically looking for vegetarian recipes. And there are thousands and thousands on there to choose from. We will be sharing some different recipes throughout this time together on our cleansing group, but go to Pinterest and look for nourishing whole food vegetarian recipes. And of course, with any vegetarian recipe, you could add in a little bit of chicken if you need it. So basically, bottom line, we're going to be eating whole, raw, real, one ingredient foods and nourishing our bodies. It's about how much nutrition we can get in our body so that our body has what it needs for phase 1 and phase 2 liver detoxification. It has the fiber to soak up the toxins. It has the phytonutrients and all the different colors of the fruits and vegetables that have all kinds of different benefits for our health and well-being. So you're going to have to shop probably twice a week in order to have your kitchen stocked with what you need for fresh foods during this cleanse. And I would shoot for 7 to 10 days of thorough colon cleansing before we move on to focusing a little bit more on the liver. So I hope that you'll extend some of these recipes and some of these new eating habits way beyond your cleanse, that you'll adopt a lifestyle of supporting your colon, keeping it happy, and being able to expel those toxins every single day, not just during periods of cleansing. So I hope this helps a little bit with what you're going to be eating. Watch for recipes. Please feel free to share recipes in the group. And as always, organic is always best. I understand that this time of year, sometimes it's nearly impossible for some of us to find all the foods that we might want organically grown, but we will post the Clean 15 and the Dirty Dozen, so you'll know which foods are best purchased organic and which ones are typically low pesticide loads, and you'll have a better idea of what you need to be grabbing while you're at the grocery store. So I'm looking forward to hearing all your stories and seeing all your recipes, and for you to be exploring all kinds of new foods and getting excited about getting healthy again.